Scanning, synchronizing, stabilizing. Engaged.
Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, right afternoon, the top of the midday to you. This is Carrie Rev on Kouch, and it's such an honor to be here. You know, nowadays it's a blessing to be able to breathe and be able to see an individual. I mean, so much going on, so much transition that is happening that you never know what would next week bring. So as of this moment, as of this present time, I am so happy to say hello, how are you? And to wish you a great, faithful, fearless Friday. Listen, it is Friday again. And for us entrepreneurs, no, we usually don't know when the weekend hits because we generally work 6 to 7 days a week. So I'm so happy to say, but for some of us who recognizes the weekend, listen, happy Friday weekend eve to you. Listen, this Kouch is brought to you by Standard Mag. We are the voice of the culture, and also the oxygen for the entrepreneur. Also, this is brought to you by KR3 and Co, where we help businesses grow and grow securely. We are excited today because we have an international conversation with a great professional global networker. As I was saying before, that, you know, you remember when we used to use only Facebook Messenger to make our connects and our chats and our calls, but now there's so many things out here. But a lot of times we have so much out here, so many apps out here, we don't know how to use them. But we have someone today who has masterfully understood how to position yourself with WhatsApp, the global phenomenon resource where you can connect with friends and families all over the world. Mr. Global himself, Marc Jarrett, from across the pond from the United Kingdom. I'm happy to have him here today. Listen, we're going to be talking with him in just a minute. I want you guys to sit back, relax, and understand and know that you are important. And as the transitions of AI, artificial intelligence, and so much is happening, you got to know how to position yourself properly. And you will find that information here on this platform. Understand about finances, freeing yourself on that particular plane. Understand about Bitcoin, understand about digital currency. We're going to be having conversations coming up about that real soon in the coming weeks. So today I am helping you to understand and grasp the concept of how to network globally. And we're going to be using this app called WhatsApp. It's been around for a while. Some of us have probably just kind of looked over it, including myself. But after connecting with Marc and understanding the importance and the usage of it, it changed my perspective totally in doing business. So listen, after we do our intro, and you'll be speaking with none other than Mr. Global himself, Mr. Marc Jarrett. It is happening today on the Kouch. Kouch.
Throughout life, one may feel he or she hasn't been heard, seen, or no one is listening. However, look up, don't fret. There is a place for you.
Processing.
Greetings.
Access granted.
Welcome to the Kouch. Kouch.
It does not say whether you're bad or good, but it is a measurement.
Every single time you go to that bathroom and you got a stream of urine flowing out, you need to be saying, praise God.
Wow.
Because that's a sign that your kidney is getting better.
Like during that time when it was a fraction of a penny, and then you held it until today, you're a multi-millionaire.
Great. And as a result of this next conference, I am going to have a number of events following the conference.
Okay, I got you.
Nobody else, but willing to open the book.
To get this knowledge that you have, you gave up a lot of personal time with family
piece is less than $40 for both.
Wow.
And I have it in a variety of colors.
I take every moment as is. I've learned to be where my feet are.
Bulletin, this is your international interview with Kouch, coming from a phenomenal place of understanding cultures from different places, different countries, and different nationalities. Understand that Kouch is a platform created for your pleasure of understanding your higher standard. Now we have K-Rev for Kouch.
Marc, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
Warm greetings from the United Kingdom to the United States. God bless America.
God bless America. God bless America, man. It is a pleasure to see you once again and get a chance to connect with you. And from this way of the pond to your way of the pond, man. How's everything going over there today?
Fantastic. I've just come back from Brighton, which is known as London by the Sea, for some netwalking.
Okay. Netwalking.
Netwalking is
Right.
Beautiful. It's so simple. You just get a group of people together and they walk and talk.
Okay.
So you're networking while you're walking.
That's awesome. So in this netwalking, do you know the people that are actually walking with you, or have you met them before, or how's that work?
The Germans have got a great word for that. Jein, yes and no. It depends.
Okay.
On the crowd. Sometimes you might walk with a crowd that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it might be a mixture of people that you know or don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now who create? I know you've created a lot of different things. Now who came up with this concept of netwalking?
Not sure, but when someone told me about it, I immediately got it and I was sold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What sparked you about it, or what sold you on it?
The fact that you get fresh air, you get exercise. And when a group of human beings walk together in a pack, they intuitively, you will end up having a one-on-one conversation with everyone in that group.
Wow.
Because that's how humans are. When we walk in a pack, then we will have a one-to-one with them all. So it's a great way to network.
Okay. Now, and speaking of networking, now you've been at this. How long have you been a professional networker?
A couple of years now, but I've been networking all my life.
Really?
I just love connecting people.
Okay. So where do you think that came from? Like, wanting to connect, or just really, are you a people person, or are you a introvert? How would you categorize yourself?
It comes from my parents. Both of my parents were the kind of people that would talk to anyone, old, young, rich, poor, black, white. They didn't care, and I don't care either.
Wow. That's amazing on how just really being around your parents or being around the platform that gave you life, how much of that can actually rub off on you. Were you like that as a child too? Connecting and talking with people?
Yes. And I spent most of my career in telecoms.
Okay.
And I was first to market with logos and ringtones about 20 years ago.
Okay.
And 10 years ago, I launched the world's first celebrity chat line service.
Wow.
If you go to YouTube and search for Dial a Star, that was me.
Wow.
But the celebrities ended up keeping all the money, which was a shame. The idea was to raise money for good causes, but I tried anyway. Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, it takes courage to do that, but dial a star. Wow.
Yeah.
So what caused that concept? What made you go with that? Like, I mean, I know it's to raise money, but dial a star, like, where did that concept come from?
I thought to myself, we live in a celebrity obsessed culture. Why wouldn't it be nice if there could be a platform where you could actually engage with these people one-to-one on a pay-per-call basis?
Wow.
So yeah, it was.
Wow. That is amazing. So would you be able to name one star or two that you were able
Well,
to?
I use the word celebrity quite lightly. These were reality TV stars,
Okay.
and from Real Housewives of New Jersey, and
Wow.
so not household names.
I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I mean, nowadays reality TV has become the household name celebrity. So
yeah,
listen, you were pretty much ahead of your time when you were working on that. That's cool, man.
yeah.
That's really cool, man. So tell me this now. Now the importance of networking. Now, how important to you being a professional networker, someone has been doing this all your life, but really clarified as doing this professionally over the past 2 years. How important is networking to you?
Well, it's very important because it remains an inherent part of the human condition. Us human beings are hardwired to network and grow our tribes.
Hmm.
And the 840, uh, is it million or billion? The mice industry, meetings, incentive, conferences, and events,
Right.
is underpinned by networking. The only reason people go to these events ultimately is to network with their peers, possible customers, prospects, partners. Networking is where it's at, man. It powers uh, all these events. That's why people go to them.
Wow.
I've
Okay,
been
man.
extolling if you go to my LinkedIn, you'll see that I wrote an article in 2018
Mhm.
called The Wonderful World of Virtual Networking.
Okay.
Back then, people laughed at me.
Oh, wow.
Well, they're not laughing now
No, they're
because
not.
it became the only way to network during the pandemic. But
Right.
irrespective of the pandemic, it's a great way to network because it saves so much time, money, and carbon. You know,
Hmm.
this morning I had a meeting with someone in New Zealand.
Wow.
That's 11,500 miles away. For me and to go and see her in person
Right.
would cost a lot of time, money, and create a lot of pollution.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
by networking this way, the world is our oyster. And
Hmm.
I mean, you're in the Virtual International Pub WhatsApp group,
Yes.
aren't you?
Yes.
And you're already beginning to meet people from all over the world.
Yes. Yes.
Isn't
Yes.
that a
Yes. I am.
beautiful thing?
It's an awesome thing, actually. It's an awesome thing to be able to connect with someone that's 5 or 6 hours away. For instance, yesterday got a chance to connect with Mike Watson. We had a really good conversation, and he's in the UK as well.
Yes.
And then also my contributing writer, have a contributing writer from the UK. Her name is Josie.
Okay.
She's a fitness coordinator, and
Okay.
she's over in your area. So being able to network and have these type of conversations
Okay.
was almost unreal a few years ago. So now, because of what's going on, it's almost a necessity. It's almost like the cell phone. Before the cell phone, we had rotary phones, we had pagers, we had two ways, but when the cell phone and all this automation come in, now it's almost like, how can I live without it? To a
Yeah.
degree. So it's the same thing now with how it's transitioning to the global networking and conversations now. So listen, man, you are definitely not just onto something, but you are in a really, really great place of how you position yourself. And to go from that now, because you know that networking is important, you just share the reasons why. Because we are positioning ourselves to grow our tribes and business, create new friends. But with that being said, and your experience of doing all of this, why do you think some people don't network, Mark?
About 10% of people hate networking. It intimidates them. Like public speaking, it's just not their gig. They feel intimidated by it. Typically, introverts do not
Hmm.
enjoy networking. Most people kind of like it, but they just don't have the time. It's quite a time-consuming endeavor. So if they hire me, I can network for them.
Really?
So yeah, I offer a networking concierge service whereby I tenaciously seek out the people to help meet their business goals, and then bring them to a meeting. And then on that meeting, I will break the ice, make the introduction, and then I've done my job of connecting people. Yeah.
That I didn't know. Like, I didn't know that you had a networking concierge service, man. Like, how does that work? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I take a briefing from the client to find out exactly the avatar of the individual that they want to meet to help meet their business goals. And then I seek them out, find them. Then I will show you the LinkedIn profile of that individual, just in case you already know them, which is pretty unlikely. And then I will set up a 3-way call. And then, as I say, on that call, I make the introduction and walk away. I've done my job then.
Wow. So the result of this consult and consultancy firm is because maybe the mere fact that people don't have the time, or they are in an uncomfortable place and they don't feel that they could be successful at it. Is that correct?
Right. And my sweet spot is helping Americans expand internationally, because WhatsApp is an American product. It's owned by Meta, formerly known as Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's become the world's most popular communications platform. I've been invited to give a TED talk called 2 Billion Reasons Why You Should Use WhatsApp to Network, because that's how many people use it. It's about a quarter of the world's population. Here in Europe and India and elsewhere, everyone uses it. Paradoxically, the one country that doesn't use WhatsApp so much is from its birth country, the United States of America. Only 1 in 5 Americans use WhatsApp. And typically that's when they or their friends and family are traveling overseas for the free calls and the video calls. To me, that's a bonus.
Wow.
The actual networking takes place in WhatsApp groups.
Right.
And I've built an ecosystem of 220 WhatsApp groups. So each WhatsApp group has got its own theme. That might be construction, biotech, fashion, music, automotive, oil and gas, you name it. Each industry has got its own WhatsApp group.
Wow. That is amazing. So we're going to take a quick break, and give headway to our sponsors, and then we'll come back and finish off on the important advantages that many of us in the birth country of WhatsApp are missing by not using WhatsApp. And then we'll look at just a few other things on how to use it, and also what's up next for you. So we'll be right back after the word from our sponsors. And Mark, it's just such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for the time of being here. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Life is filled with many unexpectancies. If something happened to you today, heart attack, cancer, stroke, or diagnosed with anything terminal, are you prepared for what's next? Only 1 out of 4 to 5 Americans have considered that life is unexpected, uncertain, and has some uncontrollable risk. Are you that 4 to 5 that hasn't taken action yet? Call right now for your free quote. Tomorrow's not promised. The protection of your legacy depends on what choice you make in this moment. Call right now.
Now, as being a holistic doctor, what are maybe a one little trinket of information that you can give us on how to make sure that we stay connected to our health in the time of a pandemic?
We need to be drinking water and exercising.
Okay.
That's the best thing I can tell people. If they don't want to do anything and they don't want to pay for anything, you must be exercising. It's not negotiable anymore. It's
Gotcha.
not negotiable anymore because exercising is what helps balance the hormones. It helps detox the body. It helps improve circulation. It's the best way to continue to build bones. It's the best way to help build your immune system. So that's the one token you can do to help improve your system while we're dealing with this virus. And you must drink water, and the water does not need to have sugar or additives, and water does not mean alcohol, juices, Kool-Aid. You know how growing up we used to have that red Kool-Aid.
Absolutely.
It does not include any of that. It's just water.
Lit Chat. Now your words have fire.
Bulletin, this is your international interview with Kouch, coming from a phenomenal place of understanding cultures from different places, different countries, and different nationalities. Understand that Kouch is a platform created for your pleasure of understanding your higher standard. Now we have K-Rev for Kouch.
And we're back with the global guy himself, Mr. Marc Jarrett. Again, thank you so much for being with us on our second half, man. It's good to see you again. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So just to kind of wrap up here in a little bit, I wanted to know, what are some of the massive advantages? Now, you sharing with us about WhatsApp and letting us know like the third of the global community is utilizing this app, and the only country that is not really utilizing it to its maximality is the US. So what are some massive advantages, first of all, to utilizing WhatsApp? What are some of those advantages that we could touch on?
Okay, so at the end of the day, business boils down to people and trust. So what I've done is created this enormous ecosystem where people feel safe to engage with one another.
Absolutely.
And then the business comes later. So you can file that under social selling. I'm all about building up those human connections first, and then doing business.
Wow.
So as you get to know the people in the WhatsApp group that you're in, then you're building a relationship, and then the trust forms.
Right.
And then the secret to networking is like owning a bank account. You cannot make a withdrawal until you've made a deposit.
Love
so
that.
it's about paying it forward and helping others.
Right.
That's the golden rule, I guess.
Okay.
Talking of which, please feel free to invite Josie to the Powerful Women group.
Okay. Yes, I will do that. I will let her know about that because I want to make sure that I connect her with you. Also, I want to connect her with Paul Nash, who just piped in just a little bit, gave you a compliment of being Marc top interest. Yeah, Paul is great. I had the opportunity to speak with him over the phone, actually utilizing WhatsApp, and he's doing a lot of great things to do. And I think in the UK, I think that's it.
Globally, he's
globally.
He recently sold things to do in Beverly Hills to Megan, who he met through the WhatsApp groups.
Yes. Megan, who is also a great friend of mine, who is awesome. I've connected with her, had a lot of great conversations with her. We'll be going out to California soon to connect on a few other things. So it's just phenomenal on the ecosystem and the systematic things that you've created. And again, Paul, I apologize, didn't know that you was going globally. So listen, forgive me, but I'll be talking with him very soon too. But listen, so some of the massive advantages that we're looking at using WhatsApp so we can connect globally, friends and family, also utilizing, telephone calls internationally. That is awesome. So what are some of the things that we're missing out, Marc? Us here in America that hasn't really been utilizing WhatsApp. What are some of the things that we're missing out on using?
Human connections.
Okay.
At the end of the day, if you want to develop your business, you need to connect with people.
Absolutely.
And what I see WhatsApp as a conduit between LinkedIn, which I sometimes describe as the world's least social network.
Right.
And places like Zoom, Remo, and of course in person. That's where the real magic happens. The whole point of networking is to arrive at a meaningful one-to-one situation.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I really can I agree with that. Human connection, networking, growing your business is very, very important. So now before we go, we'll be wrapping up here in a few minutes. But again, thank you so much, Marc, for just really being available, man. What are some of the networking groups? I think you kind of touched on them earlier, but what are some of the groups that you've created that we can actually reach out to you to become a part of?
Okay, so some of my groups are generic, like the
Okay.
virtual international pub you're in. It's like a virtual water cooler.
Right.
It doesn't have an agenda as somewhere. I mean, as we've all learned through the pandemic, that working from home can be quite isolating.
Right.
So
Right.
it's nice to just have somewhere to go and dive in when you're feeling gregarious.
Right.
But the Powerful Women as well is a large group of extraordinary women throughout the world doing amazing things. And they act as feeder channels to the smaller groups.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them, for example, is all about biotech.
Yes.
Now, biotech is way beyond me. It's I don't know the first thing about biotech, but I do know that when you get two or more people that have an interest in biotech, you're more likely to have a meeting of minds that will lead to a friendship and a possible transaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. I definitely will be connecting with you even more to deep dive into a lot of those rooms and networking groups that you have. Definitely, as I mentioned before, because of what I offer and we have here with Kouch or the digital magazine, many of these stories and individuals in business should be seen and should be understood and heard. And so even like I said, yourself, just having you here, just really emphasizing the importance of utilizing an app that we've really looked over here in the US is kind of sad, but it's true. I mean, because we're missing out on the connections of people that can actually help grow our business. And again, thank you so much for
Are you
being here.
using WhatsApp on your computer now?
I am. Absolutely.
Right.
I
I
am.
mean, a lot of people don't know that. You
Right.
simply go to web.whatsapp.com and then you
Mhm.
marry your smartphone to your computer. And it's
Mhm.
far more effective to network on your computer because your screen and your keyboard are much, much bigger. And
Right.
heaven knows we stare into our smartphones enough already.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I really appreciate you really sharing that word of knowledge with us. WhatsApp, what do you say? WhatsApp.web, right?
Web.whatsapp.com.
Web.whatsapp.com. And if you're utilizing the app currently right now, you can, go and marry your phone and your desktop with the app. And, and then there you have it. So I'm definitely privileged of having that information, being able to utilize that. So before we go, Marc, so what's next for you, man? Like you've created these rooms, you're networking masterfully globally. So what's next for you, man?
Okay, so my end game is to be able to connect anyone with anyone.
Wow. Wow, that
But in the
is
meantime, I'm just going to keep building and curating these. I mean, there can be a WhatsApp group about anything.
wow.
I even
Wow.
created a joke one about avocado. and then someone involved in the avocado industry came into my orbit, and there are some people in there talking about doing some sort of mega avocado deal.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That is amazing, man.
yeah,
I am definitely honored and I'm privileged of having you as a comrade and someone that we're building a relationship with and talking.
that's what it's about.
I'm definitely at honor with that. So, but my people on the couch, I really appreciate you tuning in. I need you guys to connect with Marc, especially all my business professionals. I need you to reach out to Marc, reach out to him on Instagram, the global guy. And then also make sure that you email him, Marc at emjconsultancy.com, where you can connect with him, talk to him, set up some kind of consultation and conversation with him to where that he can show you best practices and how to serve yourself with utilizing this application called WhatsApp.
Those are the two worst ways to reach out to me. I don't use Instagram that much, and I'm not a huge fan of email. The best way to reach me is LinkedIn, or if you go to mjconsultancy.com, the website, on there you will see a WhatsApp button. If you've got WhatsApp, just click on the button and then you can ping me a message directly on WhatsApp and I can send you a menu of all my WhatsApp groups.
That'll be great. So let me make sure we get this up. So this is at emjconsultancy.com. Is that www?
I think so. Doesn't matter nowadays. Yeah. emjayconsultancy.com.
Okay.
Or Marc Jarrett. Just search for my name on LinkedIn.
Gotcha. And so we'll put that up on the screen right now. Make sure that we have that available.
Great. You're a pro. And by the way, who does your graphics? Really, really cool.
Thanks, man. I did them all myself.
Wow. Really good.
Yeah, I did everything that you see here myself.
Wow. Including the silhouette of you?
Absolutely. I did everything. Now the case couch, my designer, she done that. She did that far as the local here, but far as the commercials, the intro, the international, I did all of that myself.
Fantastic.
I appreciate that, man. So www.emjconsultancy.com. Then we have you at LinkedIn at Marc Jarrett. You'll be able to pick him up there. And so I really, again, Marc, thank you for being here. I want you to hang out with me real quick after the outro. And we could talk real briefly, then I'll let you go. But everybody, I want you guys to have a safe and awesome weekend. And understand that you need to be safe. I know you be as safe as you can, but you got to drive and look out and listen for not just you, but others as well. So listen, you have a great weekend, and I look to see you guys next week. Until then, you have one life. Love life and live love, because you only have one. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Took a bite and now I'm filled up. I don't know where you are tonight. Cause you're right, I've been starving and now I don't know what to do tonight. But I've been feeling like pretty easy to like when your body is closer to mine. You got me